EVE Online's only source for news from Notoras. The Notoras Union of Mining Engineers is by far the best asteroid belt mining union in New Eden. We participate in the legislative and political process to promote legislation and public policies that protect and advance the interests of our member asteroid miners and their families. Move to Notoras and take control over your future and well-being by becoming a member. In anomaly news, there is a rumor that a small Hedbergite, hemorphite, and jaspit anomaly appeared, but was promptly acquired by local industrialists in Toto. In faction warfare news, there is so little activity that the NPC ships do not even appear on this week's top 10 ships. Even so, it is nice to see the Thrasher on top of the list. That is a proper PvP ship. And now a reading from the Gospel of Going Off-Roading, Chapter 5, Verse 14. What I like to inject most is boosters that someone else paid for. In sports news, we head into the slowest part of the year in Notoras, the best system in New Eden. The rest of New Eden enjoys increasing player counts, but it is the off-season for Notoras, historically. Outstanding performances include Red Sinkers soloing a crow with his Caldari Navy hookbill. Talk about punching up a weight class. That is a beautiful killman. Moonlight Talvanin grabs 30 points for soloing a Thrasher with a Breacher. A classic kite versus brawl killmail. And then we see our kill leader this month, Lakshata Chawla, with a 16-point killmail, soloing a Dragoon while flying a Thrasher. That is another really fun matchup. At this point, the mustard came off the hot dog in Notoras. We take up the story with local hero Lakshata Chawla directly, and I quote, "There was a Garista's hallucinogen supply waypoint, DED rating 5 out of 10, in Notoras today, and I saved it in a shared booksmark folder to see if anyone tried to run it, because these kinds of things are good bait for Care Bears." Alexandria de Alchemia tried to run it first in a Tengu, but left after the system proved too spooky. About an hour later, Travua1 showed up in a Loki and started running the site. I cloaked my legion in it and he warped off, so I went back to doing work while I watched the site. He came back with a Gnosis friend who left after nothing happened for 10 minutes. After the first room was cleared and he hit the gate, I followed him in and attempted to engage. The rats instantly switched to me, and I didn't expect someone doing a 5 out of 10 to fit a point, so I died miserably in a legion, and also lost Amar Defense Subsystems 5. I thought, okay, I'll attempt a different tactic, but the rats still switched to me, and I got too close to a point range that was about 10 kilometers longer than I expected. I decided to wait until the room was nearly empty and attempted one more time with Thrashers. After that failed, I tried to follow him one last time into the final room with something that could point without dying to hams, a Merlin, and a Thrasher for damage. Just as I hit the Loki's armor, he overheated everything and recovered after killing the Thrasher. Determined to at least be a thief, I switched to a stealth bomber to attempt to steal the loot, and then Travua1 left system. I switched to a Tengu to finish the site, and got the loot. At least I made a little isk out of an ill-advised feed. End quote. A candid telling of the strikes and gutters that are ubiquitous with low security living in the best system in New Eden. And that is the news from Notoras. Please keep in mind that though the Notoras News Lounge is a clothing-optional place to relax and feel good, if you are looking for erotic venues, swinger clubs, hedonism resorts, glory holes, or dogging parties, please book at Lie Die Station. We are a very respectable, legitimate venue, and we care for the well-being of our clothing-optional guests. To maintain the comfort of our guests, we must require that those who are disturbing the peace to leave. Please ask us for further information. We are happy to help you.